In 1978, John and I joined the mission CAM International. Earlier this year, the mission changed its name to Camino Global.
The reason for the name change is because with working with nationals who are fruit of over a century of ministry, the work among Spanish speakers around the world literally is global. The word camino is the word in Spanish for way or path. And so we're working together with national believers from Central America to teach about following Christ all around the world. In 2005, it became evident that the last resident missionaries were going to be leaving Nicaragua, and I was named to be the liaison with the Association of Churches there. So over the past 6 years, we have made repeated trips for ministry and contact both with the Association of Churches and the missionary sending agency in Nicaragua. A trend in our ministry is towards what we call holistic ministry, which involves helping people not only in terms of spiritual life, but also helping them learn to live in a way that provides for their needs, provides for their local churches, and provides for missionary outreach around the world. This particular hilltop, it's about a 10-acre tract, is something that we're using as a model for demonstrating biodiversity. So we have planted more than 1,000 trees of probably as many as 40 different varieties, trying to find out which works best here. Part of what we do is to model the idea of taking care of the environment, of erosion control, of avoiding deforestation by planting new trees. Hilltop in Honduras, it's being reforested. It also has a direct bearing on what I do with the Fraternity for the Advancement of Missions. We're encouraging people to consider reaching out to the world, and there are places that Hondurans can go that people with U.S. visas cannot go, but the issue is how are they going to be supported? So what we do in a place like this is also related to FAM, to encourage people to use the resources, the natural resources that they have growing already, to be able to better support the Lord's work here in Honduras. We have been talking about the Hikatuyo Strategic Initiative Project, which is based on a development plan for 2 large hydroelectric dams that will dam up the Hikatuyo River for purposes of flood control and power generation, and it's going to bring a social earthquake to Honduras, and specifically Santa Barbara. The Hikatuyo Strategic Initiative is intended to help the churches with logistics and infrastructure so that they can respond to the needs in the next 5 to 7 years that are going to be prompted by this social earthquake that's coming.
One aspect of the Hikatuyo project that's important to us is to encourage churches to be involved in their communities. Because of our personal interest in literacy and education, we are developing what we're calling a mobile library that will visit small rural public schools with books and educational experiences for children, and with the hope that churches can use this as a platform for ministry in their communities.
The Casa Digna project is intended to help pastors have a house that's decent, and it's been a tremendous blessing so far to see how people in churches have gotten involved to help provide decent housing for their pastors. There has been some help from outside, which is still welcome, but the main purpose is to get the churches to care for their pastors in that area as part of their holistic ministry to their own pastors and leaders.
It's been kind of interesting to see how I've been able to use my love for writing in ministry, something I had never really anticipated. The peacemaker materials that I developed are being used in Honduras and Nicaragua and other parts of Central America. We continue to have different outlets for writing, writing Bible studies and other curriculum materials.
One of my responsibilities is as a member of the board of the Regional Leadership Training Program based here in Santa Barbara. And I specifically have responsibility for help setting up class program and helping line up teachers to teach in that program. It's going to be critical in the next 5 years to develop more leadership because we anticipate an explosion of growth in the churches.
We feel very privileged to work with dedicated followers of Christ in Honduras and in Nicaragua to reach not only their own countries, but to reach around the world with the cause of Christ.
We would like to express our appreciation to those of you who have been part of our support team for what is almost 33 years of ministry in Central America. And we are grateful for the faithful encouragement and prayers and regularity of your support that has made it possible for us to be here and minister for all these years. And we thank you.